The first thing you want to do is set a clear intention every morning. Every morning when you wake up, having the clear intention of trying to please Allah and doing good and benefiting others, you're already starting your day on a higher purpose. And that's fantastic. Why? Because you're going to be more motivated to do the things that you need to do. You're going to work hard because you know right now the work that you do is an act of worship. You're going to get rewarded for it. You're earning the pleasure of Allah. So when you start your day with intention and understanding that, I'm doing this to please Allah, you're going to go the extra mile. You're going to do the things that you want to do and take the extra steps to make sure that you're doing everything with ihsan, with excellence. Now, what you want to do is also make sure you make dua. You make dua in the morning, every morning, asking Allah for beneficial knowledge, for provision, for deeds that are accepted. And for this to work, you also need to make sure you plan out your time. See, this is all great to have an intention and you want to do good, you want to please Allah. But if you don't have a plan, you're not going to succeed. You have to have a clear structure in your day and understand how your time is going to be used. You have to understand what you're going to do in the mornings, what you're going to do in midday, what you're going to do in the evenings. And if you can do that and you plan around your salawat, you're going to succeed. You're going to hit your targets. You're going to hit your goals. Why? You're showing up to the things that you said you want to show up to. That's how you succeed. Now, I want to also remind you that the morning is filled with barakah. The best time to do any piece of work is in the morning. If you want to start that business, or you want to go gym, or you want to work on that project, schoolwork, you want to write your khutbah, whatever it is, the morning prayer, the morning is where you want to do it. There's so much barakah in the morning. Allah has blessed the morning. Instead of staying late and say, you know what, I'm going to stay late and do an all-nighter, no. Go to bed early and wake up the next day early and do the things that you need to do. Your mind will be so much clearer. No one is there to distract you. You get a lot more done in the mornings. I promise you, I swear to you. Even when the kuffars will tell you the same things. Will tell you that the most productive time during their day is the mornings. They get a lot more done in the mornings. And this is from the Sunnah. This is from Islam. How many times are we going to let the kafirs outdo us? How long will it take? Why is it that you're only going to listen to a kafir and not Islam and the Quran? There's so many benefits Islam tells us to do that helps us with our productivity and ultimately gives us success. Now, when you have your schedule, you really have to stick to it. Nothing can get in the way of that. Now, except from Salah. If you're doing a piece of work and the adhan comes in, of course, you stop, you take your break, and you pray your Salah. Ideally, you go to the masjid. If you can't, pray at home. But other than that, there shouldn't be anything to distract you. You have to really be autistic with your time. You have to be very nitty-gritty. You have to say no. You have to not be afraid to say no to the things that take you away from your task. You have to not be afraid to say no. Because if you do, you're just sacrificing your task, which means you're sacrificing your goals. If you can't sacrifice your time to do the things you want to do, your goals and the things you want to achieve become that sacrifice. Now, the last tip to find success is consistency. Islam is a huge advocate for consistency. No matter how small the task is, it's better to do a small task consistently than do a big task here and there and you miss a couple of days or you miss a couple of months. Show up every single day, no matter how small, and do the things that you need to do and never missing them. Be consistent in the things that you need to do. And also be self-accountable. Now, at the end of every week, you need to look at the things that you've done and see where you can improve. Because it's great to be consistent. But if you're not looking back and analyzing ways it could be better, you're just going to stay stagnant. At the end of the week, if you can look at the things that you're not doing well in and you can come up with solutions in improving them and you implement it the next week, the following week, you're going to see consistent that there will be a huge curve in your success. But this only works if you sit down and you reflect. This only works if you sit down and reflect. And this also ties into my next point, and that's journaling. At the end of the day, you want to sit down and journal, reflect. Figure out the things that went well, figure out the things that didn't go so well, and write it down. Our mind is so chaotic. There's so much going on. Writing it down, pen on paper, or doing it digitally, it really unloads all the mess and chaos on our head to paper, digital. It really keeps us grounded. It keeps us focused. Being self-accountable and being able to read back previous days or previous times where something wasn't going well, and understanding what that problem was and coming up with solutions really does take you to the next lesson. It really does take you to the next level. This is what needs to be done. You have to have the right intention. You have to have the right intention. You have to block your time and you have to self-reflect to make sure what you're doing, to make sure you're growing. If you can do this, then bro, you're definitely going to succeed. You will see success. You just have to stay consistent in a month's time, 2, 3. You will find success. You just have to stick to it. And in a year's time, 2 years, 3 years, you will stay consistent. All that iteration and constant improvement, you're going to grow. And if you're consistent and you don't stop, whatever roadblocks that come into your life or that project or whatever roadblocks that come in your way, and you're able to maneuver and tackle it and get around it, it only makes you a better person. It only makes you a stronger person. And that's how you succeed. It's by doing these 3 things for a long period amount of time, doing it all for the sake of Allah, and you will find success. I hope you take action in the things that I've said. If you don't, it's your loss. Take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum.